So here we're thinking about a little more complicated. We've got, again, a hint over here. We're trying to get to number 7, so 1 being the oldest, 7 being the youngest. I see quite a few layers here, a few at the bottom, and then I'm not totally sure what's happening with this brick layer, right? Is this 1 layer? Is this 2? That's what I've got to figure out. So I see my layers. I see they're mostly horizontal, but something's happened to them, right? They're not perfectly horizontal like we've seen before. Something happened. So looking at my rock key, I want to think about, well, what is this event that I have in my picture? Is this an unconformity event, a folding event, faulting event, or tilting event? So looking at my number 3, I'm trying to figure out, I see these bumps. That's a pretty big clue. I'm looking at a folding event. So I need to make sure that I'm recognizing that folding has to be a step in my history. I have to give that a number. So what number is that going to be? It's got to be one of my 7 steps. The other thing I'm noticing is there is erosion on the top. Yes, these are a little bit wavy, right? But that's what happens when those layers get crunched and compressed. So erosion is happening up here. Fix that. So when I think about those 3 things, I kind of think about those as our 3 big events. I've got layers, I've got folding, I've got erosion. So when I think about the ordering of those 3 things, what had to be first? Did things get eroded, things get folded, or things get deposited? Well, when I think about my horizontality rule, everything has to exist first before it can be impacted, right? It has to start horizontal and then be folded. So these layers had to all exist first. Starting again, youngest on the bottom. I can see this one goes underneath everything. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
6 and 7?
And then I get to that weird one with the bricks. When I'm looking at it, I'm seeing that all of these curve and kind of show up in both sides. So what happened here is this got cut off. This was one whole layer of bricks that got folded, but the erosion came in and removed everything. So that is a clue here on what comes next, fold or erosion. So I know this has to be layer 5. I know this has to be layer 5. Now I'm creating my last 2 steps, 6 and 7, for either the fold or the erosion. So number them up and write down 1 history for folding using your key. Compression of what layers forms folding. And same thing when you're happening here. Number 4. I see an event happening here on these rocks. What is that event? What number is that going to be? So highlight everything you see first. Make sure you get 1 through 9. You're going to have 2 histories to write for that one.